So I'm doing the coronavirus confinement challenge, where you basically get in a cage and for an hour and experience what it's like to be in a cage for an hour. Well, as some of you may know, I'm an ex-hog farmer, so I used to deal with animals in cages all the time. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this challenge today, and I challenge other people to do it as well. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing today. And yeah, so as you can see, we have a mini pig who's free, and we adopted him, and so he's free, and I'm in the cage.
Justin, can you tell us how Bubba reacted when we first turned on the TV when we were setting up?
He saw the footage on the TV and he got really, I don't know, upset looking. His ears were really pointy and he was growling and grunting and making all kinds of noises. Like he really wasn't impressed with what the bulls were being put through.
Okay, tell us a little bit about like the footage. Like, what was he seeing?
The footage was a rodeo. It was a bull rider riding a bull, and the bull was jumping, and he was really, he really didn't like what he was seeing. So it's really, something we've never seen before. So, yeah, so this is a pretty tight cage. Yeah.
So why do you think it's important that people do this challenge? Because when I first did the challenge, I didn't know if you were actually gonna go into the cage because you actually have a shoulder injury, and so why do you think it's so important that people take this challenge?
So more people can see it, and maybe non-vegans can see it and understand that if humans can't handle being in cages or don't enjoy being in them for long periods of time, maybe that'll help them relate to the animals in these cages for long periods of time, especially in these live auction markets and stuff where they're probably in high heat conditions in these cages for long periods of time, stacked on top of each other, like we've seen in some photos, just pooping and peeing on each other, right?
Or like in slaughter tracks when we see them in front of...
Well, exactly, right? So you can just imagine if there was 4 rows on top of you, how much heat there would be, and how tight this would be, right? If you were all a bunch of caged humans in this. I don't know, it puts more perspective, and like I said, it's to try and get more media attention and to help non-vegans maybe see this too and see that, we shouldn't be treating animals like this. We don't need to consume them, and we don't need to confine them, and in any sort of way. You had talked about before about how we used to have our dogs in the cages for 8 hours a day while we go to work. After being in the cage for an hour, you just really wonder why the dogs were so stir crazy and unhappy and so excited because they've been locked in a cage for so long, right? So even for dogs, right, where we all kennel our animals, but at the same time it kind of puts in perspective what it's like to be kenneled. Especially maybe if the kennel's not the right size, or sometimes people don't upgrade kennels, right, for the size of dog they're in. You can really see how uncomfortable it is. I suppose my shoulder injury, I'm not really on my shoulder, I'm not really doing anything to hurt my shoulder. It's more my neck right now and my legs that are cramping, not really, being on my back isn't really hurting my shoulder, but my neck and my legs are what's uncomfortable the most right now.
That's gotta go behind the TV view. So, Can you talk a little bit about the female pigs that would be bred for the consumption of animals? Like, could you talk about, or like the ones that are having the piglets, like with them being confined? And
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you couldn't touch your kids or get near your kids, I'm sure it would be really annoying and play on your mind, and you would get upset, and that's probably why some animals would nip at the workers and stuff, or even their babies, because they're mad because they're in the cages. Even the farrowing crates, I mean, I know they can stand up and lay down, but I mean, that's all they can do. They can't turn around, they can't move. So I mean, that's similar to where I am right now, right? I can't turn around, I can't move, I mean, I can't stand up. I don't know, it's hard to, you know, it's difficult. I mean, you know, especially in a barn, you know, in the summertime on a 30 plus day, it's, you know, 90 plus, you know, Fahrenheit 90 degrees or almost 45 degrees in the barn. So, you know, if you can't move around, you can't feel wind, I'm sure it would be really hot and uncomfortable. Like I was saying too, I think a prison cell, you have more room and more space than this too, right? I mean, you can't even compare prison to what animals go through, because, you know, they get workout time, they can move around. They have a cell that's 5x5 where they can actually move around and exercise. Here, there's nothing you can really do. Foot's cramping.
well, is there any last minute things you want to say? Because I think we're gonna just like sign off for a little bit, and just so, and then we'll go
Take
back
the
on like
challenge,
before you're done.
look through all everybody's different ways of doing the challenge. Everyone's doing them different ways. Find a way that suits you, and give it a try and see what it's like, and record it, and take some photos, and take the safe movement, and experience what the animals experience.